Contrast uncut, yeah, you know that's us. Where we only speak the real and the real rock with us. Where we motivate the people and politic on success. Oh no, we ain't DJ Khaled, but they swearing we the best.
What's happening? It's Contrast Uncut. It's season 5, episode 20. I want to give a big shout out to Uncle Snoop's Army and Bobby D Presents. I appreciate you, brothers. It's your host, Zylo. And today we have an incredibly dope, high special guest. He's from the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. He's a professional cannabis connoisseur. He's a great, brilliant media talent, host of his own show on Be Real TV, Getting High With. He's one of the go-to individuals for cannabis events as a host, an interviewer, and he's been a judge on, the biggest platform there is when it comes to this cannabis, the High Times Cannabis Cup. He has 15 plus years in the entertainment game, coming from a radio background to a pot talk, to a podcast, to the guy you want to get high with on his show and stimulate the mind and have fun and educate the people that's watching. The growth's been immaculate. I mean, the brother's been yielding gains since he inhaled Mary Jane and got active. I mean, he's had so many product collabs and joint ventures. We all need to learn from this brother. And if you ain't know who I got on the show by now, it's all good. We get all episode to chop it up with the highest host. I'm talking the Kosher Stoner. I'm talking iLL. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, man. What an intro. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Thanks for having me, G.
Absolutely. Time's the most finite thing we have on this earth. I gotta tell you from the jump how much I appreciate your time, fucking with me, fucking with the viewers. Thank you, brother.
Oh, thank you. Time is very valuable, and I always stress that. And shout out to everyone who's spending their time with us right now, because you could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here, baby. So thank you.
Come on with it. Come on with it, man. Everybody that's watching, if you want to have a special toke, because it's not 420, it's 520. Every day's 420, but this is season 5, episode 20, and I had to get the right brother. I ran into him in Beverly Hills at this event. Shout out Dr. Lance for having us, and that's how I ran into this brother. I was hitting his DM before that, but that ain't none of y'all business. But we got it.
I'm an asshole. I'm sorry.
And here we are.
Look, I'm an asshole. I'm sorry, dude, but I explained it in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, them DMs be crazy sometimes. And, once you send one within the next 5 hours, that's like all the way at the bottom and you totally forget about it. There's so much other shit. But look, I'm glad we had the in real life experience and we got to cross paths. So that way we got to make this shit happen in real life.
Yes, in real motherfucking life. Hey, Adam, brother, I want to know, what's a normal 24 hours for you?
What day of the week is it?
It's Friday.
Friday. All right. So Fridays are a little different, but usually, we always blessed to wake up. We start with waking up whenever that is. Usually, my wake up is between 7, 8 a.m. because of anxiety. I'm a fun employed. I make my own money, you know what I'm saying? So I'm my own boss. So I wake up like, all right, how are we gonna get the money today, dude? Ain't no residual checks coming in. We gotta get that fucking. So I just think about it, maybe post some shit on social, scroll a little bit, and then answer the fucking text, the emails, the basic fucking networking, just connect the dots and just chill. Sometimes I'll stream on Fridays during the day on Twitch. You can catch me daily on Twitch. Highest host, baby. And then Fridays, I usually go spend with my family. I have dinner with them. So Fridays, like today's usually the day where I go eat with the fam. I try to dedicate at least one day a week to see them. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, absolutely.
So that's like a basic Friday. And then after the, I see my fam and we eat dinner. We just appreciate each other. Then, recently it's just been going back home because ain't nothing to do. But now LA's opened up, baby. So we gonna start, hitting up the events. We gonna start fucking pulling up to the club. We gonna start getting high everywhere again, baby. Not just virtually.
Come on with it, man. BET Awards are next week, so it's a lot to be excited for in LA.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm getting them hosting gigs again. So I'm hosting like a wrestling event that's coming to town. I'm hosting, 710's coming up. I'm hosting a whole bunch of little random parties. So I'm excited, dude.
Come on with it. Come on with it. Get the highest host. Make sure you know where to go. Brother, I got a quote. Let me know how this quote relates to you, or if it doesn't. The idea is I want you to talk about it. And I go with the spirit. Everybody knows I don't tell you the quote, and I got a winning streak. So let's get it. Everything that happens to me is very cosmic. Tommy Chong.
Tommy Chong is actually my father, dog. I don't know if you saw the DNA test that I posted on my IG, but I did one of those like 23andMe, and the results came out that Tommy Chong was actually my dad, which is weird. I was just, I thought I was straight. I was about to pull up the picture and show you, but yeah. Everything that happens to me is cosmic, meaning like, what happens is it's just that happens, right? Everything happens. Yeah, dog. Yeah, I feel that shit. I don't try to force anything. I don't try to plan anything. Like if it happens, it happens. It's in the stars. Is that the quote? Like, oh shit, yeah, it's all written in the stars. I'm a Pisces, dog. We dreamers. We out here, dude. We out here have visions. We creatives. We fucking vibes. So I could totally relate to that little Tommy quote, dude.
Hell yeah.
Can you repeat it one more time? Everything that happens to me is cosmic.
Is very cosmic.
Very. Ooh, he had to add the very, dude. That fool eats mushrooms for sure.
A good time. Hey, talking about the entertainment game, the cannabis game, did the game choose you or did you choose the game?
I didn't know that there was a game. I was just passionate about my cannabis consumption. I started at an earlier age than most people, and I just knew I knew it was helping me. It wasn't about like getting high. It was just kind of like preventative medicine. You know how people take like vitamins or minerals or like fish oil, and they take all these like supplements to make sure they don't get sick, or they don't know if it's working, but they feel like it's working. So like at a younger age with me, that's like, I loved it. I loved getting high. It was great, but I also knew it was like helping me with shit, with like just my focus, my just attitude. Like I used to get annoyed at everybody and just have the shortest patience. I still have a fucking patience issue. Like, I'm horrible. I don't like waiting in lines. I don't like fucking, waiting on fools and shit. But like with cannabis, that shit just helps me, dog. It helps me just like, all right, cool. I'll just fucking smoke one real quick. It's fine. Maybe it's just that process of smoking or just feeling relaxed after I consume the cannabis. But I just started at a younger age. And fortunately for me, I was just very open about my consumption, because I was a good kid, dude. I was a good student. I was a fucking, I was a part of extracurricular activities. My parents couldn't really talk shit to me because like I was getting good grades, I was making my money, and I was smoking weed. So they can't be like, yo, stop smoking weed, because it's not really fucking up my life. I wasn't like this fucking loser, deadbeat, stereotypical, what they say the stereotype is, like some dude sitting on the couch eating food, playing video games all day. Even though I love doing that, listen, I'll get down on some fucking sticks, baby, and I'll eat some mean food. But I was just always passionate about cannabis, and it wasn't about the game. It was more about like educating people and making people aware. I knew that cannabis had benefits. Like I would try to, help my mom, give her a joint instead of taking those sleeping pills, or like I would talk to my family members who were hurt with pain. And I started bud tending, over a decade ago. And I learned that a lot of people don't know what the fuck they're looking for with weed, dude. They don't know when they walk into it. To this day, a lot of people still don't know what good weed is. Like people think they know what good weed is. They'll go into a store and they'll pick the best looking fucking Mylar bag and think it's the best weed because all they know is what's on the bag and they don't know what the fuck is in the bag. And I just started like wanting to educate people on good weed and what to look for and just the benefits of it. I was very fortunate enough to meet Jack Hare. Hey, happy birthday, Jack. It's his birthday today. But Jack Hare, I was fortunate enough to meet him. Yeah, it's his birthday today. I was fortunate enough to meet him early in my cannabis consuming days. And he taught me a lot and was just always passionate about the educating on people and not being ashamed of your consumption. And I started podcasting, dude, in like 2009. And there was like no other weed podcast. And that just grew to me networking and meeting a whole bunch of people in the industry, the growers, the drivers, the fucking breeders, the brand owners, the shop owners, and just having a platform for these brands to actually market on. Because like 10 years, even 5 years ago, like you couldn't have billboards, you couldn't have TV commercials, you couldn't be on radio. There was like no way to communicate to your audience. But I had a podcast that had, you know, a fucking core demographic of what these brands wanted, because everyone who listened to my show fucking smoked weed or they were kind of curious. So it was just like a whole process, of evolution of me getting involved into the space that I was just had a passion for, and my passion turns into a paycheck.
See, your passion led to your purpose. The purpose led to a paycheck. And I love it for the fact that you had a whole plan. You said, hey, the game was missing us. There was a void. I can fill this void with me, and then have a whole platform that can transform everything that they want to the market that they need. Fucking brilliant. And then it was at such an early time where everybody was still smoking. They just didn't want to tell nobody. It's that whole I'm thinking it, but nobody wants to say it. And you were able to.
And back then, a lot of people were scared too, like because people were getting arrested. DEA was kicking down dispensary doors. Like, you know, it wasn't as lax as it is now across the country with cannabis. Like, you know, and a lot of people didn't want to do that. I was doing content on MySpace, bro. I was making like weed videos on MySpace. You know what I'm saying? So like, I was never ashamed of it. I was always out and open, and just fucking just wanted to let people know it's normal, dude. We're not these lazy fucking unmotivated motherfuckers. Like, I have ambition. I have drive. I know what the fuck I want, and I'm gonna go out and get it while high as fuck.
I enjoy it and take it slow motion. No, and then you know, something you bring it up is during that time era, there were such great dispensaries that got closed, and they had their own strains, and they were getting closed for fucking credit card transactions in other states and didn't know the process. And that shit ruined some really great headband strains, some really great Bubba strains, and that thing I think about all the time because them motherfuckers is probably still locked up, and that's why we ain't got the sauce.
And it is, that's very true. It is fucked up that people are still sitting in jail for weed while we're here smoking and talking about it. But, you know, you named two of my favorite strains that I can't find anywhere. You know, if you ask anyone who knows me or ask me what my fucking favorite strains are, is OG, fucking a real pre-98 Bubba, like that real Bubba, and a headband or some sour fucking oat or some haze or something. You know what I'm saying?
Headband from Malibu, not the 707 headband. No disrespect to 707, but it's a Malibu headband that cannot be remade, and that's what I'm talking about. And I feel like you've tasted that. They had this.
Yeah, I've had a lot of headbands. It sucks that, you know, when these raids were happening, you know, all the years you spent on moms and cloning and pheno hunting and finding what you want, to just someone come in with a machete, just whop, 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 bye. It's gone. And back then, you know, a lot of people didn't share their clones. They didn't share their fucking moms. They were like, this is mine. Like, no one else can have it. And then some unfortunate shit like that goes down, and then you lose the strain forever. Or the cultivar. What do you use on the show? Strain? Cultivar?
What you mean?
I said, what term do we use on the show? Are you guys a cultivars crew or like a strain crew? What strain? Cultivar.
I guess
cultivar. Strain. I'm just gonna say Strandivar, dude.
I'm gonna give in, yeah. Cultivane.
Culta strain.
Culta strain.
But yeah, dog, it's crazy. There's some strains that I wish I can have access to, and right now everyone's just loving these dessert strains, dog. Everyone wants a dessert, a purple dessert, dude. If it's a cake or a cookie or a candy or some type of pastry, like that's all everyone wants now. Is like,
you know,
let me get a dessert, please.
I was just gonna say, bro, they forget that Burner started off with cherry Kush, cherry OG. He was trying to really cross that cherry flavor before he came up with the whole cookies, and you know, really took off with that shit. And you know, I feel like that has a lot to do with it. In LA, the whole culture is we got Kush, we got some of the best weed in the world. Our OGs are better than everyone's in the world, but everyone can't get that purple because of we don't get as cold as the Bay Area. So that Bay
Yeah.
Area created this whole, and then you could play God indoor growing, and so boom, they started crossing all these damn Durban poison strains, and you feel me, and really breaking the gap on this purple flavor, and you feel me, making the money. I mean, that's really
Yeah.
what it
I
was.
mean, it's you know, it's that magazine weed. People just want to take pictures and post it on their IG. They don't care a fuck what it feels like. They give a fuck what it looks like because they trying to get that fucking clout, baby. Like, oh look, I got this new Mylar bag with this purple weed that don't even get me high, but we're gonna flex it anyway.
Come on, it's the rapper weed. Everybody wants to be a rapper. It's that shit you talk from the couch, but knowing damn well you can't do anything on TV. You can't even smoke as much as the motherfuckers on TV.
Shit. Well, I don't know. You know, some of those people that are on TV aren't real smokers. You know, some of us will outsmoke them any day, doc, because we real smokers. This
I
is
give
this
that.
is a lifestyle.
I give that. Bro, for a long time until I hit 30, it was every year as our birthday, we smoked as many blunts as we were that age. And then once I hit
Yeah.
30, it was really hard to do in a day.
Yeah. Fuck that. Yeah.
No, that's so,
Unless
bro.
you're smoking like little mini blunts.
Oh no,
No.
negative. Backwood gang. What would you consider your first like confirmation that pretty much mixing your passion with your purpose is what you're supposed to do with your life? Because you were able to infuse your ability to be a great personality and at the same time incorporate what you love. And then when did it hit you like, oh, this is the master plan I need to run with, and it's the blueprint I'm gonna keep on building with? It's the foundation.
I think. See, I came from like a radio background. I was doing like a lot of marketing for radio, and then when they flipped formats from a talk to a pop, and I was already known as like the station stoner, I figured like, you know, I'm gonna just, you know, submerge myself into this cannabis industry, dog. You know, I was always, you know, passionate about cannabis. I'd buy tickets, but I'm like, I'm gonna see what's up because there was no influencer. There was no such thing as a term influencer. There was no like, you know, content creators for like social media. This term wasn't existing. I just I just wanted to just educate people on cannabis, and having the radio background and being in one of the pioneers of podcasting. I was just like, when I got free weed for talking about it, you know what I'm saying? When people started giving me weed to just like, here, smoke this and talk about it on your show, I was like, what the fuck? Like, hold on.
Oh,
Because I was smoking people's weed, right? But then I would like go to a dispensary on my way to the show and be like, look, I have a podcast, like give me an eighth for free and I'll talk about it. And we'll use like a code word, like we'll say what, like if anyone comes in and says what, we'll give them like whatever, a free joint or 10% off or whatever the fuck, you know, all the first time patient deals there were. And then when it actually started working, where like my ROI was effective, the return of investment, like they gave me a free eighth, but then like people came in and bought a bunch of eighths. So it's like, all right, we gave one free eighth, but we got sold 10 eighths. So like, all right, so this is a good investment. So when I started, you know, understanding the ROI, you know, instead of just getting weed, I started, you know, asking like, yo, my bills don't get paid for weed. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me, can you compensate me? Maybe we could work out a package deal. Look, we could do a mention on this. Like I started breaking down doing one sheets, you know, like this is what I can offer you. And like when I started realizing I can monetize on consuming cannabis, when like, yo, people are gonna actually, and I was working with a lot of amazing brands in the beginning. I built a good relationship with a lot of friends that are now big brand owners because, you know, I was podcasting. I just asked anyone to be my show. If you were a grower, if you were a bud tender, if you were a cashier at a market, but you smoked weed, like I just wanted to interview anyone who smoked weed because I just wanted to normalize it. Like everyone smokes weed. People were just in the closet about it. And just when I learned I can monetize off that shit, I was like, let's fucking go, baby.
Come on,
Let's
that's all the
go.
confirmation you need. Affirmation, confirmation, bank deposit. Shoo. Hey, and
And then like, going to like high times events back then, they were really boring. Any type of weed event, it was just like a bunch of tables selling you. There was like no entertainment, no one was interacting, there was no engagement. People were just trying to force you to buy their product. And then the concert would be like at 9 o'clock at night after a day of everyone's been smoking in the sun and everyone's burnt out. So I started taking my podcast and doing it live at events. Like, let me just set up this audio in a booth. So if people get bored, they could just sit down and listen, and we could just talk to brand owners, anybody in the building. You know what I'm saying? Anyone there we would talk to. And then, it evolved to me hosting the actual Cannabis Cup itself, dude. Just being on stage because they realized that's what the fuck they needed.
Bro, you have built some amazing relationships, and it all took from organicness. You didn't panic, it was organic, and you kept on applying pressure that way. And you continue to allow the relationships to get you places that money will not get you. And from there, you are able to get money out the situation. You pretty much set the standard for how people are getting strains that are influencers, rappers, celebrities getting strains, and how they're getting money back by how many apes they sell. Like that stuff is mind-boggling what you just said on the show, because with those that know are trying to get deals, then they know that this brother was revolutionary to people getting paid from talking about a product that wasn't, Nike and Ethica and shit.
Thank you. Stop, dude, stop. But yeah, it was just, there wasn't anything like this happening in the space, and just coming from the radio background and working with like the account executives and the clients as a brand ambassador and street team, I like learned how to just monetize and distribute what everyone wants just so people can be happy, and did it organically. Like, this is weed I actually smoke. I didn't say yes to everybody. I actually like, do I fuck with this brand? All right, cool. Like, cool. Sometimes you sell out to a check. You're like, yo, that's a big ass check. Like, all right, I might be cool, but you try not to, ruin your brand or your rep, because I feel like I usually fuck with brands I only would consume myself. If that wasn't the case, like, I'd have 100 CBD pens out there and all sorts of fucking Delta 8 gummies and a bunch of fucking distillate shit. But I don't consume any of that, so I'm not gonna say yes to these like Chads and Brads that are just coming in trying to find content creators, and I say that with air quotes, to just promote their product.
Hey, it's so important that you're so honest to yourself and honest to what you enjoy, is because that's what really connects the dots between the consumers and the people selling their products, to know what people really like. And you're a good gateway, a good tastemaker to that origin. There's some people
Real
that
smoker, dude.
come on. No, I agree. I smell it when I walk by, but that's here or there. But no, there's some people in this world I ain't gonna talk about because I've been blocked and some more shit. And it's like, you didn't give me a chance to respond, but all I did was talk about the product, and people got in their feelings because that's their payment, their paycheck. And it's like, when you stand behind a brand that no one else wants to stand on, then you're gonna fall off. Like, we talk about the brand falling off. And it's so important to just stick to your guns and be honest and true to yourself, because that's what people are going to enjoy from you. That's what we do. Enjoy. But I want to go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, I just tell people, just be genuine, just be true to yourself, and like, people can see through the fakeness. Eventually it'll just come out, bro. Fact. I think, and that's what's kept me here. I think that's why I'm still kind of been here. It's still chilling out here, because I've seen a lot of people come and fucking go, and they aren't really who they post they are. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of people post this shit, and then when you see them in real life, you're like, yo, what the fuck is not the same person, dude.
See, bro, I knew I had it
physically. Be it. Go ahead.
I knew I had an issue back in the day because, or I still do. I go to job interviews high, so if I get the job, they know what I look like while I'm high. They think it's normal.
Oh yeah.
And I kept that same energy and was like, I don't need to give a fuck about this job. I need to keep on elevating and being me. And Being true to yourself will unlock doors that you didn't know the window by talking through the window get you in.
My bad.
It's all good.
I'm high. But
Hey,
yeah, that's what I say. I'm just true. Like, I've never been ashamed of my cannabis consumption, and I've always been open and vocal about it. I'm very fortunate with uh, my history with it, but my family used to shun me. I used to pull up to family reunions, and they'd just be like, "Oh fuck, the stoners here, da da da. Don't you got weed to smoke?" And now those same family members are excited to see me at the reunions. Like, "What's up, dude? What you got in the bag now? You got a joint? Let's go." I'm like, "Bro, what the fuck? Like, how come y'all didn't give me this positivity as I'm growing up and being somebody? Now y'all fucking, well, now I have resentment towards you. Fuck y'all. $20. I'm just playing. I'm just playing."
something I always tell everybody, I learned this as a young kid, and it's from school. Revolution starts in the stomach. And when you was smoking that weed and you was getting high and you was getting hungry and then pockets was getting short, you got creative as fuck. And everybody was like, damn, he ain't gonna make it nowhere. And then you showed everybody, hey, this weed ain't stopping shit. It's adding to my creativity.
It's just a
It's
Go
a
ahead.
lifestyle. I feel it's always somebody that
Yeah.
invents an idea or puts someone in a position to reach their dreams. Who do we owe the thank you for investing into Adam Ill's dreams?
Wait, what? Say it again, dog. Wait, I'm high as shit.
I feel it's always somebody that invests an idea or puts someone in a position to reach their dreams, that sleepless
All
dream.
right. So who is that person?
Yeah, who do we owe to thank you for investing into your dreams?
My lady's always been supportive of my decisions and what I've been with my girl for 15 years. She's seen me transition and work through all the obstacles and from turning in job applications at mall stores, dude, because there was a point in life where you're like, what the fuck is going on, to just seeing me and just knowing what my passion is and what my strengths are and what I excel at, and what makes me stand out more than others is always been great. And she keeps me grounded and keeps like is just real and just I wish I could say that about I love my parents, but my parents were parents growing up and they were like, why you smoke so much, stop smoking weed, it's not gonna help you, da, da, da. But they've always been supportive of me, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't have talked shit because of I've always been a good kid and I was always a good person. But like my lady has just like stuck with me through all the everything and just supported me, and it's like, what the fuck you're good at, what the fuck you love to do, like stop it and just go with it. So like I think my lady's the one that fucking and a little Jack Herrera, dude, a little bit of Jack Herrera, dude. Jack Harris spoke to me when I was really young, and just like what he said really resonated with me as far as just us being lied to and us and how we just been robbed from education, from our history of where we came from, because they don't want us to learn anything about cannabis, hemp, and how our country really started, because all the fucking, the propaganda with Hearst and Anslinger and the whole families and all this shit. And he really put me on. And like, I started getting really into conspiracy theories too because of that shit. And then like a lot of these conspiracy theories that we talked about 10, 15 years ago are actually true. They're not theories. They were actually real life shit. But, now everything's coming to fucking forward. So, Jack always had me question everything and understand how powerful the planet really is for not just ourselves, but our species as a whole.
Whew. Shout out Jack Herrera. It's
Yeah.
amazing sativa, but boy, if you actually listen to what that man talks about, you're gonna grow internally.
Yeah, you should also check out his book if you guys never checked it out. The Emperor Wears No Clothes. It's he basically breaks down the history of hemp, the politics about it, the benefits about it, what we can do to keep pushing it and educating everyone. And now it's basically, it's legal everywhere. So he's probably smiling right now in his grave, looking down like, yeah, bitches. Now get everyone out of jail.
Hey, as we seamlessly plug that amazing book, I want to know, from all the products that you have collaborated on, I mean, there's so many products. You've been a real just innovator in this field because you came in with innovation where everybody was being old and done. What's your favorite piece and why?
Oh my god, dude. What's my favorite? All right, give me multiple choice. No, I'm just playing. All right. Well, they're all so different, dude. Um. All right.
While he thinks about that, I want to shout out Hemper. Make sure I give my kosher
That
stone.
was a great collab I did. I had fun with them. I did a box with them.
Yeah, I for sure need that. They've been sending me
Okay.
stuff, so I need to
Yeah,
make
you
sure I
won't find
stay.
that was like 3 years ago, dude. I don't think you'll find it anymore. Um, that was a good one. Who else you want to shout out? Is that it? All right. Okay, so look. The LOG I did with LA Kush was an awesome collab because it's an award-winning strain, and I got to travel the world because of that strain, and uh, it really helped because it was a really good OG that was on the market. Like, I'm a really big on OG. So the LOG with LA Kush was amazing. But now the lit ills I have with 3C are fucking fire too. I love those. It's just like it's not it's like it's 7 grams of smaller nugs that are affordable because it's the same plant as the big nugs. It's just a smaller bunch because I'm a roller and I don't really give a fuck about big pretty buds. I just want good weed. And that collab was lit too. But the Carta I did, dude, the Carta with Dab Nation and Focus V, like my custom Carta, that one is super legit. Like I love that one because now we could dab everywhere. We big dabbers. But look, but the alcohol, like, come on, who would ever thought I'd have my own isopropyl fucking line, dog? Like during a pandemic, everyone was out of alcohol. We all had dirty ass glass. We all were running short of shit, and I was able to source some fucking alcohol and call it alcohol 1% clout, 99% alcohol 1% clout, and that's fucking crazy, and that's just start. But look, the CBD deodorant I have, the first of its kind, like no one put out CBD deodorant, so that was fucking amazing, also, dude. Hold on, I don't.
Whew. He said, "Fuck one." I got so many.
I'm just trying to think of I just feel like because they're
Hey,
all like little. They're all. It's like, what's your favorite kid? Like, what's your favorite, or like, who's your favorite pet? You know what I'm saying? Like,
favorite kid's easy. I got 2 kids. One's a son, one's a daughter. So I got a favorite son and I got a favorite daughter. You know what my kids tell me? You're my favorite dad. So
all right. So my favorite hardware collab I did is with the Carta. My favorite cleaning collab I did is my alcohol. My favorite fucking flower collab I did is the LOG. My favorite concentrate collab I
hey, that's motherfucking right. Now, from all those brilliant collabs and the trips and just seeing a product come from nothing to something you could purchase and promote and enjoy yourself, what has been your most rewarding moment so far?
the most rewarding moment. I think just connecting with people all around the world that we probably wouldn't have, that I probably wouldn't even know we have anything in common with except for this plant, except for cannabis, and just knowing that we all share a happiness with a plant that we just fucking consume that helps everybody, dude. I think the biggest reward is being able to go to like random cities, random countries, and just people knowing like, hey, we weed smokers, what's up, dude? Hell yeah, bro. Let's get high. And just having that little connection all around the world, I think is just so rewarding, dude. And just, people knowing that, weed is good. And if you fucking smoke weed, you're a happy person.
So I gotta know, with weed being the common denominator, from all the places you traveled, what's the longest you had to wait to get some weed?
The longest I had to actually wait when I had zero weed.
Yeah.
I think when I was in Israel, dude, before I got my medical prescription in Israel.
That's gangster.
Because I landed, my uncle gave me hash, which is cool, but I wanted actual weed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just
And
hashish.
so yeah, so it was probably like honestly, like without weed, like I had hash like right when I landed. I always try to prepare myself wherever I go in the world, be it Jamaica, Spain, Amsterdam, England, fucking Middle East, anywhere in the States, like, you know, I'm like, what? It's like medicine to me, you know, like it can't travel without medicine. I can't go anywhere. Like, please, I need this shit. If I don't have it, I'll die.
Yeah.
So I think it was just like, but look, the weed I got in other countries isn't anything comparable to what we have here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're very spoiled, especially if you're like in SoCal or NorCal, like you're very spoiled and you don't realize it. Because once you travel outside, especially travel outside of California, you might think you're going to a dope legal state that has weed, but then you look at their weed, you're like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like Colorado, I love y'all, but like, you know, it's just, you got that Colorado crunch to it. You get a Colorado, no, it's dust.
Sheesh.
But yeah, I mean, you know, it was like probably like 3 days, dude.
You know,
I
I was chopping it up with this guy. He had toured with Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and he was the guy that, you know, he was a smuggler. And make a long story short, they was inside of this VIP room. All these people paid all this money to go back there, and one of the fans asked to roll a joint, and they fuck around and made a spliff out of it and sparked it up. They hit it one time, and that motherfucker was angry because he could not replicate or reproduce anything that was put inside that joint from California. And he beat up the guy and he beat up everyone that came with him over that little joint. And that story made me laugh because it's really, you can try, but if it ain't from here, then it's a difference.
way different. I don't know if it's soil, if it's water, if it's genetics, if it's atmosphere, if it's fucking environment, but
it's all the variables.
Now, all the variables. I've had good weed from other states. I've had good weed, but nothing compares to like when I say the best weed in the world.
Facts.
I've had good weed. I'm not saying you guys don't have good weed. You probably have the best weed in your town, or you have the best weed you can find in your place. But your best weed isn't the best weed here in LA. It's like when they say, "Oh, she's a 10." Well, is she an LA 10 or is she a fucking like Oklahoma 10? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference.
Small city.
Nothing against Oklahoma. Nothing against Oklahoma, dude. But it's just like weed. Like the best weed in Oklahoma is not going to be anything like the best weed in LA.
No, they do got the cookie store that just got shot up. I'm just saying. They can indoor grow, play God with as much as they can yield in that time, but that's where it ends when that supply ends and that price continues to go up. But that's none of our business because we're in a good place and we love the industry. What is something people got fucked up about the cannabis industry?
Some people got fucked up about it. That I mean, I think I said it is that people care more about the fucking bag than what's in the bag. I think people's diverted their attention to branding and marketing instead of actual quality, and they don't really care about it. I mean, you know, you got people fucking loving distillate, and distillate is just basically sewage water, dude. Like, distillate is crude. Like, there's no good product that turns into distillate. If you got good product, you're not making it distillate. You're making it into so many other things besides distillate. Distillate is what you take the worst product you could find, right? The crude oil, whatever the fuck it is, and you run it through all the machines to process it and clean it and filter it, and you change the color and you reintroduce terpenes to it, and then you create this gold thing, which used to be fucking this black sludge. It's just like if I told you the water you drink used to be sewer water. It used to be filled with shit and piss. Would you drink it?
Hell no.
Would you drink sewer water?
I don't drink tap water.
And that's basically what it is, dude. They take that sewage water and they run it through a filtration system and they color treat it and they strip everything out and they reintroduce it to it to bring flavor, and then they give it to you and be like, here's purified water. Enjoy it. Purified. It's clean. Don't trip. That's the same shit they're doing with distillate. And people are loving it and claiming it's fire. Just know, like, distillate was never fire. And which I'm not hating on distillate. It's just, people need to know what the hell they're consuming.
It is what it is. Hey,
My name's Adam. This is my fucking blunt talk.
hey, so as we're talking about what you're consuming now versus what you'll never consume, as we notice that it's all about what you're doing now is what prepares you for tomorrow. California is open, festivals are coming. What's next for you? I know you said you got some big stuff going on in the beginning, but what's going to continue to be next for Adam Ill and the highest host and the Kosher Stoner?
So I've been doing a lot of Twitch. I'm doing a lot of Twitch streaming lately, which is almost daily.
Every day.
I got this wrestling ring announcing debut I'm doing that's coming up. We got, random weed shows I'll be at, setting up booths. You going to Kush Stock?
Absolutely.
Probably, yeah. So I'll see you there. And I'm just stepping up. I'm working on stepping my production up on my content and my live stream style. I don't know if you got to catch my 420 live stream, but I put a lot. It was budget, dude. It was a budget stream. I streamed for 5 hours out of I covered every fucking 420 time slot across our continent. And I had a lot of guests in and we did a bunch of segments. And I just want to create more produced content, just step the content up for our culture and our community. Like, I love everything people are doing, but we need real life TV show shit, by the culture, dude. Like, there's shit on TV now. I see random fucking streaming apps and platforms are trying to bring regular weed shit to their TVs, but the shit's corny. It's just fucking corny, dude.
It's fact. Hey, bro, you have made it through my show, brother. If you notice, my show is a little different. It's a little unique. They said over there I got to do segments, but I'm like, I'm not doing segments like you guys, but I'll do some segments. And I'm like, how do I keep that same energy and close out? The viewers knows it's coming. I'm going to hit you with it. You got any questions for me?
What are you smoking?
Some cookies.
How do you smoke it?
Backwoods, honey backwoods.
Well, you gotta get off those backwards, dog. Step your leaf game up, dude. You gotta get them pearls.
Are they already pre-cut? I just don't be having patience for the scissors. Like, I just want to grab a wood.
Look, these ones are called the duds too. You know what I'm saying? These aren't the pearls. These are the duds, and they're still better than backwards. Look, I'll just pull out a random leaf. Look, random leaf, right? Do you need scissors? No, you don't. You just take off the little bam. These are blunts made for us, by us, dude. Look at the leaf. Look at the leaf, dude. This is the insides, all wrapped up, so you don't have a fucking mess. You don't need all that loose tobacco everywhere, right? And then you got the leaf. Look, the stems, same way, dog. No holes, no nothing. Pre-cut, baby, all ready to go. Look, it's already trying to roll itself. It's like, where's the weed? How you just not fucking put the weed in me, dog?
Now, do you have a dark line? Because I swear I waste through 2 backwoods a pack because only 3 or 2 of them will be dark.
Yeah, so you got the duds, we got the pearls, and then you got the Cubans, the Cubanos, dude.
As he goes into the stash.
Havanas. These are Cuban seed leaves. Usually these are Connecticut broadleaves. So we got different tobacco leaves that we smoke. We got flavors of tobacco on top of our flavors of strains.
I give you that. I will give you that. 100%. On that note, it's Contrast Uncut. It's season 5, episode 20. I got to give a huge shout out to Uncle Snoop's Army and Bobby D Presents. I appreciate you, brothers. I wouldn't be able to do incredibly dope shit like interview iLL and chop it up about his history. And this brother let them high gems fly. I'm talking about you may have had to smoke something to understand something, but that's only if you want to be as high as us. Otherwise, you could put this on rewind, run this back, and get the same information twice because I know it went over your head. Adam, I appreciate you coming on, bro, being a rock star, being a weed connoisseur and representing the brands the right way and making sure people know what's right when they fuck with you.
Hey, man, thanks for having me. Hope I answered all your questions correctly. Did I win a prize?
Yeah, go get high.
Oh, I thought it was a game show. No, I'm just playing. No, thank you, man. And if anyone wants, it's adamill.com. Adamill.com. Find everything. You get all my fucking links to wherever my socials and all my products. Simple, baby. We don't need a shout out every platform, but yeah.
You get every platinum on adamill.com.
Yeah, adamill.com. Adamill. ADAMILL. Do I have to? Yeah, I'll spell it. ADAMILL.com. COM.
He was just doing it just in case you guys weren't paying attention. For the people that missed him in the back, he got y'all. He spelled it for you.
All right. Baby. Hey, thanks for having me, Don. I appreciate you. Get higher, baby. Hey, real quick, can I say one last thing, dude? I want to shout out all the growers, bro, because I don't feel like growers get enough love. I know we brought them earlier, but listen, if you grow one plant or fucking 10 plants or 100 plants, I don't give a fuck. Indoor, outdoor, basement, attic, closet, look, wherever the fuck. You could use sunlight, you could use fucking lights. I don't care, dude. As long as you grow, and I appreciate you, because without you guys, none of us will be getting high. None of us will be smoking. We wouldn't be here having this lifestyle and this culture, baby. So thank you. Shout out to the growers. All right.
Let's go. All right, bro. Peace.